Hey guys, listen up. YouTube works with an algorithm. By you liking this video, it says to YouTube, this is an active channel, and it helps keep me full-time on YouTube. So, help me out guys. Like, share, and subscribe.
I want to say thank you to everyone that wished me a happy birthday yesterday. Anyhow, today, since we are a day after my birthday, I want to talk about astrology because someone recently asked me, what are my thoughts on astrology? Since your birthday just passed, it's your, solar return day. Well, I'm going to do just that today. When it comes to astrology, I think astrology should be taken with a grain of salt because astrology is not an exact science. It is not a science where you can pretty much say in the next minute, this is what's going to happen. If anything, it's a tool of speculation because whether a planet is in a specific house or we see it from our perspective in a constellation, we don't know exactly what's going to transpire. I have never seen or heard anyone say this is exactly what's going to happen, where they give you everything down from the details to the car, the place, the way people are dressed. Never. But what we do get is an overview or a potential of what may occur. There's so many things that are misunderstood in the astrological world. A lot of people that enter into astrology don't even have a basic knowledge of astronomy. When we talk about astrology, we come into things such as retrograde. And I usually say this, there's no such thing as retrograde. People are like, why do you say there's no such thing as retrograde, Mercury retrograde? Because a lot of it is about perspective. Because our view, looking into the heavens, we think with our finite minds that Mercury is actually doing a reverse.
In the 1500s, Copernicus explained retrograde motion with a far more simple heliocentric theory that was largely correct. Retrograde motion was simply a perspective effect caused when Earth passes a slower moving outer planet that makes the planet appear to be moving backwards relative to the background stars. Thus, retrograde motion occurs over the time when the Sun, Earth, and planet are aligned and the planet is described as being at opposition, opposite the Sun in the sky. This is why retrograde motion is referred to as apparent retrograde motion by many. Nothing is changing in the planet's motion, and retrograde motion occurs as a natural perspective effect.
Reverse. But when we look at it, but when we look at astronomy, the tools that astronomers use, we can see a overview of what's truly happening in the heavens. See, when we're talking about the heavenly bodies, there's so much we don't know about this universe. As time moves, we are learning more about the universe which we live in. So to base our understanding off of what we know and limit, this is erroneous to me. I would say this, in the ancient times, most astrologers only had 7 planets which they recognize. We know that the universe is not just made up of 7 planets today because of our expansion of our knowledge. Even with the alleged movement of the sun through constellations, this is an illusion. When we have a greater understanding and we see things from a greater perspective, we would see it's our positioning which gives the illusion that the sun is moving through different constellations throughout the year.
A year on Earth is measured by one complete trip around the sun. Seems simple enough, but there is a problem. The Earth doesn't travel in a path around the sun that returns to its starting point. So how do we know when a year starts or ends? Well, one way, called a sidereal year, measures our orbit against the distant stars. As viewed from the Earth, our orbit causes the sun to appear to move through the constellations of the zodiac on a path called the ecliptic.
So I say this to people. Astrology, you have to take it with a grain of salt because, again, we're in a learning process about the universe, and we're learning new things about the universe. We're learning about new constellations. We're learning about new planets that our astronomers have found, not astrologists. Astrologists are not the one out there doing the groundwork. They're the ones out here speculating of off of what astronomers find.